Welcome to Divisional Playoff Weekend, the best weekend in football. So, before we kick things off, let's review last week. Last week, I went 2-2 against the spread, which brings my overall record to 47, 50, and 6, and my upset specials 13, 6, and 2 on the year. So let's look to improve that this coming weekend. So let's get things kicked off with the first game, the Falcons against the Seahawks. I like the Falcons -3.5. This is a rematch of early in the year. Saying that, I look for Matty Ice to use the Seahawks pass rush against them with some quick tosses in the flat with running backs Freeman and Coleman. And with doing that, this will open things up for the three-headed monster of Jones, Sanu, and Gabriel. With Jones getting all the attention, I look for Gabriel to have a big game in this one. And on the other side of the ball, I look for Falcons pass rusher Beasley to make his mark against the weak O-line of the Seahawks and flush Wilson out of the pocket. For my next pick, I like the Texans +16 over the Pats. I look for this game to go by quickly, as both teams will use their ground game with Miller and Blunt with the Patriots. So they'll chew lots of clock. And both defenses, I think, will make their mark in this one. Not much else to say about this one-sided game. So let's move on to Sunday's matchups. In the first game, I like the Chiefs -1 over the Steelers. Yes, Andy Reid is a mastermind with having a week to prepare. Saying that this Chiefs team got embarrassed by the Steelers in early October. But this team is much different now. I look for the Chiefs defense to give problems to Big Ben and their fireworks on offense with their athletic D-line, which will give problems for Big Ben, who is playing with a bad foot, and I don't think he'll have the scrambling ability against big nose tackle Terry Poe and the elite pass rushers of Houston and Ford on the outside will clean up his mess. And I look for the Chiefs' athletic secondary to give little separation to the Steelers' wideouts. And on offense, I look for the underrated QB Smith to have some short passes in the screen game, which will go for long gainers against a soft middle of defense and the Pittsburgh back end. And speedy receiver return man. Hasn't was yet to come onto the scene in this one, as in named Tyreek Hill. And I look for Kelsey to make his mark on this game. Now for the tastiest matchup of the weekend. I like the Packers plus 4.5 over the Cowboys. Yes, the Cowboys have been riding high all year, but with a week off, that could hurt some of their momentum. But I look for the Packers behind Aaron Rodgers to test their so-so secondary and pass rush. And I look for, I know Jordy Nelson isn't playing in this one, but I look for Devontae Adams to prove big for discount double check in the passing game. And I look for him to use Montgomery in the backfield in the running game and short passing. And a big X factor for them will be Jared Cook on third and shorts to move the chains. And on the other side of the ball, I look for both defensive ends, Peppers and Perry, to have their way with offensive tackles Doug Free and Tyron Smith, as they are more athletic than those two, and they'll be able to push the pocket and make the running lanes hard for Zeke Elliott. And Smith is just coming off a knee injury, so I think he won't have the explosiveness. And I think both stud rookies Zeke and Prescott might be a little nervous and won't be as comfortable in a playoff game, which will be their first. That is the upset special of the weekend. So for a quick review, here are my divisional round picks, and we'll see you for the AFC and Conference and NFC Conference Championship games. So enjoy the game, and good luck.